Hallo, guten Tag, ich heiße Shreya und heute lernen wir die deutsche Nummer. So, hi everyone, my name is Shreya and today we are going to learn the German numbers. So, to begin with, we are going to learn the numbers from 0 to 20 and then later on we are going to learn the numbers from 20 to 100. So, Zahlen von 20 bis 100. So, before we start, the most important thing here is to listen to the pronunciations very carefully because the most important part in learning these numbers are the pronunciation and the different words. So, let's begin. 0 becomes 0. 1 becomes 1. 2 becomes 2. 3 becomes 3. 4 becomes 4. 5 becomes 5. 6 becomes 6. 7 becomes 7. 8 becomes 8. 9 becomes 9. And 10 becomes 10. So, we'll repeat from 0 to 10. 0 becomes 0. 1 becomes 1. 2 becomes 2. 3 becomes 3. 4 becomes 4. 5 becomes 5. 6 becomes 6. 6. 7 becomes 7. 7. 8 becomes 8. 8. 9 becomes 9. 9. And 10 becomes 10. 10. Okay, so these were the numbers from 0 to 10. Now we'll start from 11 to 20. 11 becomes 11. 12 becomes 12. 13 becomes 13. Now from 13 onwards we have a trick. So 3 is 3. So 3 and we have to add the 10. That is 10. So 3, 10. Now 14, if we use the same rule, 4 is fear. Fear and we have to add the 10. So 10. 15 same. 5 is fuel. And 10, so 10. So fuel, 10. Fuel, 10. 16 becomes 10. Now for 17, it's an exception. So for 17, we don't use the whole word 7 as we have used for 14 or 15. We just use the word 7, that part of the 7 word. So 17 will become 18. 18 and 19, we apply the same rule. 8 is 8 plus 10, so 10, that becomes 18. 19 becomes 19. And 20 becomes 20. So let's repeat this line. 11 becomes 11. 12 becomes 12. 13 becomes 13. 14 14. 15 15. 16 16. 17 17. 18 18. 19 19. And 20 20. So these were the numbers from 0 to 20. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Jetzt die Zahlen von 20 bis 100, the numbers from 20 to 100. Now let's start with the big numbers first. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So in English, as we use 20, 30, 40, 50, the pattern TY keeps on repeating. Similarly, in German, the pattern that keeps repeating is sich. There's only one exception that we will understand later, that is for 30. So remember, we have to remember this pattern, that is ZIG, sich. So now 20 becomes 20. 30, as I said before, there's only one exception. 30 will become 30. So we use this special character instead of ZIG. 40, same pattern, 4 is fear and we have to add the zich, so fear zich. 50, same 5 is fuel. Keep repeating the pattern, so ZIG zich. 60, zeg. Zich. 70, Zib, zich. 80, Ak, zich. 90, 9, zich, and 100 will become 100. Or 100, because it's 100. So we can clearly see here that, as I've said before, there's a pattern that keeps on repeating. So if you remember this, it will be easier to understand the big numbers. So ZIG, only 30 is an exception. Zich, 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 zich. Okay, so 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, and 100, 100 oder 100. Now coming to the small numbers. So 21. In English we say 21. In German it's the exact opposite of it. We will first use 1 and then we will use the 20. Now we have to only add one extra word, that is and, which in German is und. So now first I am placing 1, so ein, and, which is und, 20, 20. So ein und 20. Remember this very carefully. First we have to use this number and then we have to use the bigger number. So exact opposite of English, only we have to add an extra word which is und, that is and. So now 22 will become first this 2, so 2, similarly und and 20, that is 20. Now 23. First this number, so 3, same und and 20. 20. 24. First 4 und 20. Now 36. So first 6, that is 6 und 30 is 30, so 30. So 6 und 30. 48, first we will use 8 and 40, so 48 40. 51 ein und 50 ist 50, so 50. 64 4 und 60. 99. First 9, so 9 und what is 90? 90, so 9, so 9 und 90. So we keep on repeating this till 100. So that was it. These were the numbers from 20 to 100. Vielen Dank for your Aufmerksamkeit. I hope you all understood the numbers and the way you should remember the pattern.